Relational operators. Relational operators are used to compare two values stored in two variables. Say they are greater than, equal to, or less than, or not equal to, all that we will check. Say for example, if we want to check if A is less than B, we will use a less than sign. Less than equal to B, we'll compare if A is less than equal to B. Greater than sign checks if A is greater than B. Then greater than equal to sign checks if A is greater than equal to B. Double equal to checks if A is equal to B. And not equal to, that is exclamation equal to, checks if A is not equal to B. Control structure if. If we want certain lines of code to be executed only if a condition is true, that time we will use if. Say for example, void main int is equal to 400 and B is equal to 300. Now if I say if A is greater than B, A greater than B is nothing but a condition. If that is true, you will execute cout. All the lines of code which are in between these curly braces will get executed only if this condition is true. In this case, A is 400 and B is 300. So A is greater than B, hence we will get the output as A is greater than B. Now control structure if else is one step ahead of if. If we want to execute few lines of code when a condition is true, we will write those lines of code in if. But if we want to execute few lines of code when the condition is false, that time we will write them in else part. So here you have the syntax. If condition is true, these lines of code will get executed. If they are false, you will go to else and these lines of code will get executed. So let's see. Int A is equal to 200 and B is equal to 300. If A is greater than B, you will see out A is greater than B. In this case, is A greater than B? No. Since A is less than B, it will go to the else part and execute the lines of code under else, that is cout B is greater than A. So that is why we get the output as B is greater than A. If we want to check for more than one conditions, that time we will use else if. So if this condition is true, you will execute these lines of code. Else if, you will check something else. So on, you can have as many else if as you want, and in the end you have to write else. It is compulsory. So if and else are compulsory, else if you can write one or more. For example, int A is equal to 300 and B is equal to 300. The first condition we are checking is A is greater than B. That time you will see out A is greater than B. In this case, is A greater than B? No. So we will not get inside the if curly braces. Okay? And this will not get executed. Else if, this is the second condition that we are checking, is A equal to B? So remember that you'll have two double equals to check for equality. If they are equal, you will see out A is equal to B. In this case, yes, they are equal and hence we will get the output as A is equal to B. But remember, it is compulsory to write else part, else, which is the third possibility, that B is greater than A. Data type character. Data type character takes in 1 byte. The keyword is char. It is used to store alphabets or a single digit. The syntax is char C is equal to A. A will come in single quotes. So for character data type, it is very important to write the value in single quotes. Then you have char C1 is equal to 1. But again 1 will be in single quotes. Now each character, alphabet or number or a symbol have a unique ASCII code. Those ASCII codes are used by the computer to decode the values. Now the ASCII value range is for say 0 to 9 is 48 to 57, A to Z is 65 to 90 and small a to z is 97 to 122. Let's have a look. This is the ASCII table. Here, if you notice, the capital A ASCII value is 65 and capital B is 66 and so on it goes on till Z is 90. Then small a starts from 97 and then you have B, C, D so on till small z is equal to 122. So you have to remember few ASCII codes. Say for A is 60, capital A is 65, capital Z is 90, small a is 97 and small z is 122. Now, thing that you have to notice is difference between capital A and small a. 65 and 97. 97 minus 65 is 32. You have to remember this value. Example to convert lower to uppercase and vice versa. Let's see the example. Here we are going to convert capital A to small a and small b to capital B. So you have void main CLR SCR. Then we have char C is equal to capital A and D is equal to small b. So A is going to get converted into small a and small b is going to get converted into uppercase B. C is equal to C plus 32. Remember the number 32 I told you? The difference in the ASCII code of capital A and small a. So capital A is 65 plus 32 I get 97. So 97 gets stored in C. Similarly, B is equal to D minus 32. Why? Because the ASCII code for B, small b is 98. If I do minus 32, I get 66. So 66 gets stored in D. So when I do C out, new character C is, what will it be? Cap small a. And C out, new character D is going to be capital P. I hope you all have understood. So you have to remember the number 32, that is the difference between capital, the lowercase alphabet and the uppercase alphabet. Control structure switch. Switch can be used in place of number of if and else if statements. It is used to test for equality. Say in this case, if you see this example, if I want to compare C, is C equal to 1? Is C equal to 5? Is C equal to 0? Instead of writing so many if and else if statements, I will write in the form of case. The switch statement takes one parameter, that is the one variable you want to compare, and it will compare with all these values in the case. Say case 1 will check if C is equal to 1. Case 5 will check if C is equal to 5. And case 0 will check if C is equal to 0. No two case values can be identical. You cannot have case 1 and again you cannot have case 1 over here. What happens if we forget the break statement? Break statement is used to stop execution of the switch case if we find an equality. So here in case of int a is equal to b, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 5 and c is equal to 0. C is equal to a minus b. So what is c equal to now? C is equal to 5. Right? So in this case, switch C. So what is passed to switch? 5. So switch is going to check. Is case is equal to 1? No. Case is equal to 5? Yes. So it will see out C is equal to 5 and break and come out of the switch case. Otherwise, if we forget the break statement, again C case 0 will get checked and so on if you have number of cases. Default is an optional statement. It will be executed if the value of the expression does not match with any of the case values. So in this case, if we have say A is equal to 11 and B is equal to 5, so A minus B is equal to 6. Now I don't have any case of checking of equality for 6. So where will I go? Case C is equal to 1, false. Case C is equal to 5, false. Case C is equal to 0, false. Then I will go into my default and see out C is equal to 6. So if none of this is true, it will go into default. Remember the syntax. Switch takes one parameter. Case will have the value you want to compare with. Then you have break statement. Remember these colons. And each statement ends with a semicolon. And again default, colon, and whatever you want to execute. And then semicolon. Let's see one more example of switch statement. Here we will accept a value from the user. For that, like we have cout to display the value, we will have cin to accept a value from the user. So cout, we will say enter a value so we will take any one of the alphabet. Then we will say cin alpha. So alpha will store the value entered by the user. So here enter one of the alphabet and alpha gets the value of C. So switch alpha. So now we have again we are passing this parameter to switch case. Case A. Now remember these are characters. That's why they will be in single quotes. So case A we are comparing, is alpha equal to A? No. So we will come here. It is false. Case B, is alpha equal to B? No, it is false. Then we will check for case C. So is alpha equal to C? This is true. Hence we will see out user has entered C. and then you will execute break and come out of the switch. So if I want to compare two conditions, is A less than B or is B less than C? Now, while comparing two conditions, we need to use either AND operator or you have OR operator. Okay. So what is the difference between the two operators? Let us see. Now, this AND operator, the code inside if will only execute if both the conditions are true. So if A is less than B and B is less than C, this will get executed. If one of them is false, the condition becomes false and the code will not get executed. In case of OR, if one of them is true, say this is true, or one of them is true, the condition becomes actually true and the code inside the if gets executed. So for OR, only one of the conditions has to be true. If both the conditions are false, the code inside the if will not get executed. Let's look at one of the examples. Say if A is equal to 2, B is equal to 1 and C is equal to 3. Here A is greater than B. This is true. Is B less than C? Again true. Since both the conditions are true, the if gets executed. Now, is A greater than B? True. Is A greater than C? False. Hence, the statements under if will not get executed. Similarly, here, is A greater than B, less than B? False. Is B less than C? True. Since one of them is true, it will ultimately be true and get executed. A is greater than B? True. A is greater than C? False. Again, one of them is true. This becomes true and the result gets, the if statements get executed. Now let's look at an example to check whether a user has entered uppercase value or a lowercase value. Okay. So for that, first statement will be cout, please enter a alphabet. So we'll ask the user to enter alphabet. So you'll see that output. Then Cin will take the alphabet from the user. So first we have S, that is small s. So to compare, is C greater than equal to A and C less than equal to Z? So is C between A and Z, capital? So is it true? No. So this comes out to be false because C is equal to small s. Here, is C greater than equal to 97 and C less than equal to 122? This is the ASCII values for small a and small z. So then we will output. So here this is true and we will output cout lowercase. Let's see one more. Please enter an alphabet and the user has entered capital F. So since it is between capital A and capital Z, this becomes true and uppercase gets executed. Then again we are checking if I enter the value and the user enters 1. So is any of this true? It is not between A to Z. It is not between small a to Z. So we will go into else and execute that it is not an alphabet. I have purposely used two methods of checking whether it's uppercase, lowercase. So you can use any one of the method. Either you can use in single quotes the alphabet, or you can use the ASCII values. If you don't remember the ASCII values, you can use the alphabet in single quotes. I hope you all have understood. In the next lectures, we will see what loops are. So please stay tuned.